All right, so dream journal 2 nights ago, I forgot, but at one point I saw this like green emerald book, and it was very specific because it just said Dostoevsky on the cover. So there were like these 3-4 books, and they were kind of like in a line, and the one that kind of like came forwards to me had Dostoevsky written in like Lord of the Rings type font, you know. So very interesting, very, very specific for that to be in a dream. Okay, and then in my dream last night, so at one point I was in Chicago under this bridge, which is actually on Michigan and Ohio, if you happen to know where that is. But I was in Chicago under this bridge, and Elon Musk was in the car. And in the dream, there was like a Tesla dealership right on top, on the upper level of Michigan, which is the street. But we were going below the street, and Elon was like, "Oh man, they redid the gas pipeline, and it looks bad because there was like a modern looking ATM thing, but that bridge, especially in the dream, was like more like a classical like warm lights type thing, you know, so it didn't fit the vibe." And then another point in that dream, I was back in my apartment in Chicago. I saw like my old countertops and stuff like that. When I was in my apartment, I didn't fully fathom that I was dreaming, so it wasn't like a lucid dream. But I did, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be here type thing. I might as well walk around and explore and enjoy seeing my apartment for one last time type thing. And okay, also in my dream, a separate dream. So basically, dude, I found out that supposedly my high school reunion's next year. I don't know. But I found that out yesterday. And then so in my dream last night, I was like in a car being picked up by some friends from high school and stuff. And we were all just like meeting up for the first time in years and hanging out. And we went to like a bar to go get a drink and hang out and stuff. And yeah, that's what it was. So I was with these friends, actually with one friend that was a very good friend from like 3rd grade, literally like grew up on the same block type thing. He was there, yeah, so we went to a bar, did some stuff, and then so we got like a table, or they sat down at a table, and I was one of the last people to come to the table, so I had to pull up a chair. Yeah, but the vibes for like half a second in the dream was like, oh, I feel kind of awkward pulling up a chair here. Not that like I'm not welcome, but like that I just feel awkward having to pull up a chair because everyone else took a table that didn't have room for me. I don't think that's psychologically significant. Maybe it is. I don't think that is because maybe it is, and I just don't know what that's like psychologically significant to. But realistically, like all the people that I know from high school and in that dream, like I was cool with. But anyway, yeah. Oh, and there was a girl that I knew from school that was there. And at least in the dream, she was a good looking girl, at least in the dream. But she didn't talk to me a lot, and I was like, oh man, oh well, she doesn't like me type thing anymore. And yeah, that was it. There's some other just small stuff. Like I happen to be barefoot in the dream, but I also just walk around barefoot everywhere in real life. But yeah, that's my dream. So thank you for checking out my dream journal, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.